Well, if you've been waiting all day for Friday night, join the club. Welcome in to another fantastic night of Friday Night Football here on the Virtual Football Network. Camera duty here with my buddy, reunited with Rochelle Colston. It's so good to be here as we've got the Baltimore Vultures coming in and take on the Detroit Maulers. Big playoff implications on the line for both of these teams. Postseason, I guess I should say, postseason hopes for one, and trying to, for another team wanting to dash the hopes of the other. Rochelle, what have you got for us tonight, my friend?
Like you said, big playoff implications. The top 12 teams make the playoffs. Currently, the 4-6 Baltimore franchise is sitting right outside the playoff picture at number 13, while the 6-5 Detroit franchise is number 9. The Vultures have to win tonight to keep their playoff hopes alive. For the Maulers, it's win and you're in. Grab your drinks and snacks and let's get ready for kickoff.
Well, folks, you are looking live at Parks Memorial Stadium. It's a beautiful night. The stars are out. The football is going to be flying through the air in just a matter of seconds. And believe you me, you're not going to want to go anywhere for the next hour and a half or so. This one's going to be good. Kickoff is set to go. We are underway. Let's have some fun. This kick will be returned right at the goal line and cutting up field and stopped is Mac Chima at the 31-yard line. Let's quickly say hello to the Baltimore starting offense. Quarterback Jack Wigmore. You'll also see Johnny Kim in there as well. The halfbacks Warren Murray, David Anderson, and T-Roy Gaines. The wide receivers Ivory Irvin, Reggio De Niro, and Mac Chima. The two tight ends Benji Matson, Jackson Roberts. The tackles Ray Arnold, Olivia Bleeker. The guards Alden Bleeker, Jay Arnold. And at center, Don Johnson. Right out of the gate, it's Jack Wigmore with a dart to Ivory Irvin for a first.
Jack Wigmore doing Jack Wigmore things and finding his number one receiver, Ivory Irvin, in the middle of the field.
As we continue to set the stage for this game, as we've talked about two previous meetings for these two opponents, with Baltimore taking both victories, as you said, one at home and one on the road. Start to see a man in motion into the backfield. That is the halfback, Warren Murray. Wigmore throwing to Murray. Good coverage. Quickly swallowed up by Jubilee Marsh.
Yeah, great hit at the perfect time. Knocked the ball loose. 2nd and 10.
Detroit coming into this game 6-5. As we said, the mission statement is simple: win and you're in. But that's a tough opponent that they're playing across the, looking across at them there. So we're expecting this to be a tough contest. Wigmore throwing, hit, fumble. I do believe Baltimore was able to get it back. Indeed, they were. Alden Bleeker fell on it.
They got it back with a big loss there.
Yeah, that was number 56, Thomas Matthews, who lowered the boom there on Wigmore. It's 3rd and 15. And an empty set. Wigmore drops back, good pocket throws, and gets every bit of that lost yardage back, and then some, finding Chima out there in one-on-one coverage.
Chima just ran the perfect little route to the, found himself open with the defender behind him, and a perfect throw by Wigmore.
Beautiful ball placement, too. I mean, that's a composed, well-versed quarterback, not getting any bit rattled there. 3rd and long situation. 1st and 10 now coming up past midfield. Again, showing motion. Tight end Benji Matson. Moving over to the left side of the formation. Wigmore throwing again, a quick strike. Ivory Irvin right down the seam. Another 1st and 10. Quickly, let's introduce this Detroit defense. Defensive end Thomas Matthews and Frodo Laggins, and defensive tackle Sean Parent, Robert Cherry as well. The linebacking core of Kenneth Gadsden Jr., Casper Haddock, and Matthias Citrian. The cornerbacks J.W. Hartshorn, King Rashid, and Rick Evans. The safeties Chris Delro, Ramnar Sudi, and Jubilee Marsh. With the aforementioned Marsh already coming up with a big play tonight. Fresh set of downs once again. Baltimore looking good right here on the Detroit 30-yard line, just inside the 30. Wigmore throwing complete Oh, soft hands by Ivory Irvin to get his third catch of the day.
These receivers from Baltimore just finding themselves open. They're placing themselves in between the defenders. They're surrounded. I mean, literally surrounded. The perfect ball placement by Wigmore is almost impossible. Just tearing the defense apart.
4 purple tone jerseys, let's put it that way, right there in the vicinity, and able to just place that perfectly to number 10. Madsen again in motion. Throwing. Ivory Irvin again, this time climbing the ladder. He gets the first and goal.
With that play, Mr. Wigmore has reached 3,000 passing yards for the season.
And congratulations, what a fantastic stat for Wigmore. Like we said, maybe a down year, for Baltimore standards, of course, but still a fantastic milestone to reach, and a big congratulations. First and goal. Baltimore lined up in a tight formation. Methodical drive here, and walking it in, the Hall of Famer fullback T. Roy Gaines for the touchdown.
What a beautiful play call. Allow your fullback just to walk into the end zone, basically untouched, but great blocking. What a great play call.
That is the second touchdown of the season for T. Roy, and certainly the easiest, no doubt, as Baltimore takes the first possession of the day and moves all the way down the field as we get ready and see if they can tack on this extra point by Victor Ironleg. The snap, the hold, the kick, everything looks fantastic. 7-0 early in this game. Baltimore jumps out front.
On that drive, there was only one run play at the very end from the goal line, basically. So we got to find the answer to this air attack by Baltimore.
It makes you wonder, it could be that kind of night with Wigmore slinging the rock around. We'll see what Detroit can do. As we said, a good season for the Maulers at this point, 6-5. A kneel down there in the end zone. That'll set up shop as we'll say hello to quarterback Ethan Flowers. The halfbacks are Andrew Gibson and Joel Harleman. The fullback is Terrell Sutherland. The wide receivers Rob Hunt, Jimmy Went, C.J. Parrish. The tight ends are Gorodal Khan and Robert Henson Jr. The tackles, Portia Henson and Hadrian Marlowe. And the two guards, Jimmy Hayes and Jack Big Boss. And for Detroit, they go ground game first play. It's a gain of 1. I believe it was Gibson there on the carry.
Yeah, great stop by Alvin Mack, the outside linebacker, number 56.
Flowers with split backs on the second down play. Drops back, throws out to the flat. It's Gibson once more who gets a good handful of yards there, and that'll set up a quick 3rd and 5.
That's just taking what the defense gave you. The cornerbacks were playing off the line. Quick little pass, a little bit of green in front. Nice little pickup there.
Split backs once more on this 3rd and 5 situation. Flowers, a previous offensive rookie of the year. Good pocket. Throws, has his man, but it's jarred loose. He was looking for Rob Hunt, but in the end, Baltimore gets the better end of that one. It's 4th and 5.
Yeah, Giovanni Bolt with a big hit from a strong safety position and just knocked the ball loose, forcing a punt.
A 3 and out for Detroit to start the game. That will bring on Millen Thales as the punter. It's a good punt all the way down to about the 30-yard line before turning upfield and getting to the Baltimore 40 is Ivory Irvin. Okay, so Detroit not getting this game started the way that they wanted to, and Baltimore now already with a good start here for this second possession with good field position.
Yeah, it's a very short field to go here.
Well, already showing that they can certainly drive the length of the field today. Detroit will want to be able to come up with a big stop here on this drive as we're about halfway through this first quarter of play. Nakachima in motion. Trips to the left of Wigmore. Here's the snap, the quick throw, the flag. We're going to probably see an interference call, and I believe it's going to go against Chris Delroe.
Definitely. I mean, he was hit before the ball was even got to him.
So that is going to certainly work to Baltimore's favor. A 1st and 10. Does it feel to you, Rochelle, like, a little bit nervous jitters, maybe perhaps, for Detroit at this part, trying to get settled down early in this game?
I mean, it doesn't take a genius. Baltimore's coming out with empty sets. They're on an air raid.
Yeah. So you kind of feel that, I think, in the body language right now at the moment starting out in this game. And Baltimore trying to take full advantage of it. Wigmore, he's going to try to step up after seeing nobody downfield, and that's how you neutralize the attack. Sean Parent, 6'3", 350 pounds with the sack.
Yeah, and Detroit has a lot of sacks in this season. I mean, expect a lot of rushing from them. A lot of pass rushes from this defense.
Looking at that play again on replay, it's apparent to me that Wigmore knew the offensive line lost that battle quickly, and he was on a run for his life. Here he goes again. This time he throws. He's able to almost connect with Benji Matson, but again, good coverage downfield, and it's 3rd and 18.
Once again, Mr. Parent was right in front of his face when he had to get rid of the ball. I think he threw the ball before he actually really wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you get a future Hall of Famer quarterback like Wigmore there, rattled. Empty set once more. Reggio Dinero now makes it trips to the left side of Jack Wigmore. Here's the snap. Better pocket this time. It's collapsing now. He throws, and it's airballed, and it's an interception going back the other way as that one was snagged by J.W. Hartshorn.
Great defensive play. I think the ball was just a little bit underthrown, and the defensive back was right there to make the great interception.
2nd interception of the season for J.W. Hartshorn, and in fact, that is his 10th of his career. So congratulations to Mr. Hartshorn for that milestone. And it come at a big time. And like you said, just you could tell too much air on that football, and it hung up there for too long. And Detroit gets their first break of the evening. Now, screen pass out to the flat, and running hard is Gibson. Made a couple men miss and gets the first down.
Nice run by Gibson. Like, once again, they were giving what the defense gave them, and they took the little short little pass, lots of space in front, and some broken tackles.
Oh yeah. That was just, we get a chance to look at that great replay there as well. The determination of Gibson, knowing where the sticks was, just able to convert. Now, in Baltimore territory for the first time today is the Detroit Maulers. Flowers throwing, tipped, contested, and incomplete, almost intercepted. Roy Towers was all over that one.
Only he's very lucky that wasn't an interception going the other way.
Yeah, because that was right there in his hands. Nevertheless, still a fantastic play to tip that one away, and it's 2nd and 10. Now the throw set up short, kind of going underneath there, trying to take what the defense would give him. It's Rob Hunt with the reception for a couple of yards.
And you're 3rd and long here, so you expecting a pass out of Flowers here.
Get an opportunity here. We will mention this Baltimore defense. We had a chance to yet. Empty set. Flowers to throw, the pass complete. He's able to find Rob Hunt that time into the red zone for the 1st and 10.
When a great play, Rob Hunt just got himself a little bit open there, and a perfect pass by Flowers. First down in the red zone.
Just perfect throw on the dot. Let's look at this Baltimore defense. Defensive ends Robert Brady and Al Walker. Defensive tackles Ralph Leopold and Nate Brown. The linebackers Frank Smith, Jeff Milanishan, and Alvin Mack. The cornerbacks Ben Stack and Paper, Elijah Warfield, and Roy Towers. And the safeties Young Vaught and Giovanni Bolt. Up the middle, trying to bolt his way through is Andrew Gibson, and he gets 4 on the carry.
Great open field tackle there by number 59 on the defense.
Under 3 minutes to play in a fast-moving first quarter. Throwing out to the flat, screen pass. What a beautiful stiff arm to pick up the first down. That is Terrell Sutherland. What a nice play. I love seeing that type of physicality from fullbacks.
And big old fullback, big old stiff arm. Number 51 was just pushed to the dirt. Number 20 is finally pushed him out of bounds, making a touchdown saving tackle there.
This, and I'm not trying to overstate or trying to dramatize anything, but you know, this drive is very important here to Detroit in this game to be able to respond with a score here. Throwing screen pass, they're gonna get it. Touchdown, relying on Andrew Gibson as the receiver out in the flat for the touchdown.
And a short little dump up to your halfback with a perfect play call. He just lost himself right to the end.
Just one extra point away from drawing even with Baltimore, and that's a good response. You get the big play, and you're able to get, you're able to march down the field and really turn some points out of it as we get ready and see an extra point here from Scylla Aldemir.
The extra point is
good. We are all tied up at 7 apiece after a 7-play, 49-yard drive that ends in that screen pass touchdown from Ethan Flowers to Andrew Gibson. Folks, if you haven't had a chance to yet, we want to remind you to please not just smash, but hey, slam that like button right into the keyboard there. Let everybody know that you love the SFL and what's going on over here. Tell your friends, tell everybody. Let everybody know what you're doing on your Friday night, because you know what? They're going to want to check this out too. I guarantee it.
If you break your keyboard, Cameron Duty will buy you a new one.
We've obviously not seen Cameron Duty's payroll, but we'll do what me and DJ Kilgann used to do. We're really good about sending some air guitar strings or things of that nature to folks, in the SFLM broadcast. Maybe we can work something out. Oh, hit as he throws Wigmore. Talking about slamming, right? Taking a shot at the end of that when he gets decked.
Now, Detroit's defense after the first drive has started, putting lots of pressure on Wigmore, which is making Wigmore very uncomfortable back in that pocket.
Indeed, you can tell they're really turning up the heat, and they're able to, again, somehow thread the needle and get that past to Ivory Irvin. Was Wigmore, again, with 4 Detroit jerseys all around. Look at this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he's getting the ball to that little bit of a space, but he's managing to do it.
He got up and gave that little golf clap, like a very, very much, a bravo there. It was a nice play indeed. Pressure coming, and there it is. You talked about it, turning up the heat. He don't have time to really look downfield and see, and this time making him pay the price was big number 94, Matthias Citrian.
And that's what you have to do to Wigmore. You have to keep pressure on him. They're going for the passing offense. You've got to put pressure. You got to make him feel uncomfortable. You got to get the sacks.
That is a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Pressure again in his face, but able to deliver a nice strike and get all of that back, finding the tight end, Benji Matson.
So after the great defensive play, the secondary got to step up. You guys defend it.
Yeah, and that's a little bit deflating there for a defense that's been playing so good the last couple of series. But they'll regroup here. Baltimore also very good at working themselves out of some jams and some tight squeezes. The first and 10, just shy of midfield. Mac Chima goes in motion, trips now to the right. And it's a handoff straight ahead, up the middle. That's David Anderson getting one of his first touches of the evening.
Guess you gotta keep the defense a little bit honest. You gotta throw a run play in there every now and then.
Second and 5. In the final seconds here of this first quarter of play. Where does the time when you're having fun? Good carry this time by T-Roy, just maneuvering through the small nooks and crannies that he had there. Gets close to the first. It's 3rd and 1.
I think Baltimore's trying to slow the game down just a little bit.
Feels that way, definitely. I formation look again here. No, I'm sorry. An offset there. They clock down to 5. Will they snap? They do. Final play of the quarter, and I believe that's going to be just short. Yeah.
I think it might see a challenge here.
King Rashid gets credited for the stop. We'll get a look at the replay before we head to the... No, actually we'll not, so forgive me there. We head to the small intermission here between first and second quarter. All tied up at 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Welcome you back. In camera duty here with Shell Colson and our buddy Mark Lopez on stats tonight. Doing a fantastic job. Cameron Irvine at SFL HQ. We don't see a replay here, Rochelle. Or a challenge for that matter. Instead, they bulldoze ahead and just get the first and erase all doubt.
That was a gutsy call. That was, 4th and 1.
Yeah.
And they get the first.
How about that? So now Wigmore comes out, fresh set of downs, empty set. And the throw over the head of the defender. I don't know how, but Ivory Irvin is having a day. What a throw, what a catch.
I thought that was to be intercepted from the get-go. But number 27 had his hands on it at the time.
You know what? You can't say anything about the coverage by King Rashid. That was just great coverage. Ivory Irvin just able to literally take that one away. Empty set again. Wigmore, though pressure coming, he has to scramble, but he finds the open man. It's Chima, and a shoulder tackle put on by J.W. Hartshorn at the end of it.
Wow. I mean, Wigmore's kind of putting on a clinic here.
Yeah, he is. I mean, easily one of the best nights that he has had this season, in my opinion.
But you cannot leave Mac Chima in the middle of the field that wide open in between the zone.
Not at all. And, this Baltimore team, although, down for their standards, though, they're still tough. And tipped! Oh, my goodness, I thought that was going to fall into the waiting arms of number 42, Ramnar Sudi. And that was just a really good job of Jubilee Marsh to tip it that direction.
A great play. Let's keep him out. Detroit needs to keep him out of the end zone. Make him settle for the field goal.
It almost looked like a volleyball play, didn't it? Like he was serving it up there. Trying to get that to fall in the way of his teammate.
Waiting for the spike.
That's right. Trips to the right for Wigmore. Pressure coming. He rolls out to the back of the end zone. And how about that? Ivory Irvin with the touchdown. Able to get the feet in bounds, and they take the lead once more.
Wow, what a beautiful play. I mean, rocket of a pass. Caught Irvin in stride. Kept his feet in bounds, and 6 points Baltimore.
Yeah, got enough separation there that he was able to plant the feet, secure the catch, and like you said, 6 points goes to Baltimore. Iron Leg looking to add the extra point. A little high snap, but it's handled nicely, and the extra point is good. 14-7 now. Baltimore jumps back out front after a 12-play, 79-yard drive, and we'll see what a refreshed Mahler's offense can do here.
That's a long drive by Baltimore.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to refresh not only Baltimore defense, but the Detroit offense. And we'll see what happens when they come out here after a really nice return, a run back out to the 26-yard line by C.J. Parrish.
See if Detroit can respond here.
Yeah, you know, playing down by 7 here, they were able to go back down the field and score on their previous series. Split backs for Ethan Flowers. And a quick throw. Somehow, don't ask me how Hunt was able to reel that one in. I don't know, but he got that one securely there in his right hand for the first.
So 2nd and 4, here your playbook's wide open.
Yeah, it definitely makes this much more manageable. Again, split backs. There's a handoff up the middle, and Gibson trying to jump over a falling defender there goes nowhere. The big stop by Baltimore and Alvin Mack.
Yeah, Alvin Mack's been all over the field. Outside linebacker, great open field tackle.
3rd and 3 situation coming up. Flowers and company need to convert, and it just is thrown short. Not sure if it was a miscommunication on the route. Tight end Gord O'Con was the intended target, but a 4th and 3, they're going to have to punt this thing away.
That's the last thing you wanted if you were Detroit at 3 and out. And you put your defense back on the field after that long drive by Baltimore previously.
Yeah. Fails now with the punt, and you know, you made the good point there. That's the last thing you want to see, another 3 and out. That's already 2 3 and outs in 3 drives for Detroit. So something that they want to try to clean up here. Able to at least get Baltimore back to the 25-yard line, though. 26
great punt. Great punt by Bales.
And again, that empty set that Wigmore has been out of this for the majority of this first quarter and change. Time throws, finds his man. That's Murray, but it's just knocked loose and hard to hold on to the football when you got somebody like Ramnar Sudi, the free safety, coming in like a heat-seeking missile.
And good play by Sudi, just knocking the ball loose and not giving the receiver a chance.
And
Cameron,
yes, man.
This team has 2 halfbacks, a fullback, and 2 tight ends. You think you would try to run the ball more, but they're not.
You would think so, but they might have been listening to you because you've seen Murray there go back into his slot. No, they're just going to use him as a little wideout. Irvin over the middle on a quick slant to get the first. But no, I'm like you. You know that the potency of these halfbacks, and typically you see them, use it to their advantage. Not tonight.
Not at all.
And Wigmore, though, I mean, look at that. I mean, and I guess that's why they feel like they've got the guy on a reel right now as far as, his fluidity in the passing, connecting with Irvin, who's already over 100 yards tonight. That's insane.
Yeah, Irvin is the connection. It is his favorite target.
And everybody in the room knows it, but how do you stop it?
I mean, they're going to pass. You just know.
Jackson Roberts goes in motion there.
Gosh.
And right down the middle. Now there is the halfback, just like you mentioned, but used in a wide receiver form. That is Murray with the first.
Yep, you just put your little halfback right in the middle of the field, in between the zone coverage.
Yeah, found that soft spot right there and able to come up and wrap him up with Sudi.
Second tackle in a row by Sudi.
First and 10, Wigmore throwing. Guess who? Another first down already for Irvin, just eating yardage out there.
Another tackle by number 42, Ramnar Sudi.
Look at this. I mean, and really, one thing I think that's kind of startling to me, I talked about the fluidity, is how quickly on those 3 and 5 step drops Wigmore's able to just sling that ball out like a pistol, honestly. I mean, it's out of his hands and right at Ivory Irvin or whoever his target may be. And Irvin has now more targets than Detroit has pass attempts, if that tells you something. As we do get a carry here by Anderson for 4.
Yep, and when your free safety is a bunch of tackles, that means you're in trouble.
I mean, literally and truly, that is staggering that Irvin has more targets than Detroit has pass attempts. And that tells you, for Baltimore, they knew they wanted to come in and maintain time of possession. They've been able to do so. Their defense has played, for the most part, very lights out. There's Parrott with a good tackle, and that brings up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, most of the time when you're trying to control the clock, you do it with your run game.
Yeah, this is a different way to do it. Yeah. A different looks, Baltimore, but showing it can be done. Trips to the right. Wigmore with time. Throws. Guess who? It's Irvin again to the 10-yard line. And you can just kind of feel the frustration there in this secondary of Detroit trying to reel this guy in.
I think they need to switch to more man coverage because the zone coverage, they're eating it alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they really are taking full advantage of that as we find ourselves halfway through the second quarter. Empty set again, throwing quick, complete. That is Murray with another reception. 9 yards, 2nd and 1. So close to the goal line too here, folks.
Oof. He's 15 at 21 right now, Cameron, for 214 yards. We're not even at halftime yet.
That is sometimes, a full game stats. And here we go, rolling over into the end zone. T-Roy Gaines, 2 touches on the day in the red zone, 2 touchdowns.
If you do the run play, I mean, they actually did 3 run plays this drive, which surprises me. But you have to keep your defense honest, and of course, when you get to the goal line, there's no stopping T-Roy Gaines.
So Baltimore coming in here and really doing what they have to do. You talked about it, you mentioned it, to just stay alive, to have a heartbeat, right? Sitting outside right now at 4 and 6, needing to just keep the pulse beating, as the extra point is good. They need to come in here and win and get a big statement W. So far, things are looking pretty good.
Speaking of Baltimore, I mean, this team has been in this league 15 seasons. This is the worst record they've ever had.
Yeah, indeed it is. I'll tell you what, if they played like they are tonight all season, that probably would not be the case, would it? I mean, it's just been a very, one of those nights where everything has just worked to perfection up to this point. But it's still early. 221-62, the battle of the total yards. We don't expect that to stay that way once Detroit is able to get cooking here.
And Detroit's defense is no slouch.
No.
I mean, it really isn't. They came in here very high ranked as far as yards allowed per game.
Yeah, that they did. And so we'll see. What Detroit needs first and foremost right now is a sustained drive. They've had trouble with that up to this point in the 3 series before. Quick, short little throw underneath. He's able to find his man Rob Hunt for 4.
And a bad pickup on first down. I'm surprised they're starting off with throwing the ball. I mean, you are 2 scores down. I guess you could not rely on your run game so much. No, they have a heavy set.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see what they come out here with. Yeah, right up the gut. And the handoff to Gibson. That's a pretty good little run there, and it sets up a 3rd and 3. But this is a huge 3rd and 3 right here, folks.
Yes, you need to keep your defense off the field.
What do you dial up here, Rochelle?
I don't know. Oh, they're going to run.
Looking that way. Baltimore standing there with a wall of defense, but they throw quickly and over the middle. It is complete. Coming back for that one was Jimmy Went, and although it was a small gain, it was a huge first down.
That's just knowing where the first down marker is, running your route just beyond it, and a good throw by Flowers.
Absolutely. That was a much-needed first down for these Detroit Maulers. 1st and 10. Ground game, they go once more. Trying to establish it. Boy, that's a hard-fought run, and you love to see it from Gibson. He gets 9.
Nice run, nice effort. Keep the legs turning. Just bring the defenders with you. Bot was hanging on for his life there.
Yeah, he really was. And you start to see that physicality come out in these halfbacks here. And starting to try to push the pile. This offensive line doing so. 2nd and 1. Just shy of midfield. Fighting hard, trying to weave his way through is the fullback Sutherland, but he is stopped by Towers, who certainly made a towering play, pun fully intended there.
Yeah, great play by Towers from his cornerback position. Good open field tackle.
Again, another 3rd down situation. 1 yard to go, maybe the longest yard. They get it though. Nice play. The halfback Harleman in for the short yardage gain, and he picks it up.
Keeping this drive alive. 1st and 10.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Baltimore right now out front 2 scores, but Detroit trying to reel them in and trying to take advantage of these 2 minutes remaining in the first half. You are watching the SFL on the Virtual Football Network. Ball just shy of midfield here, as we said. 2 minutes remain in what has been a really interesting first half. You maybe should rename it the empty set first half. We're referring to Wigmore and company there. Throwing, intercepted, turning it right over. Unfortunately for Detroit there, that one into the waiting arms of number 59. As we get a chance to see here on the replay. Oh, that's Danny Cook, the outside linebacker.
The last thing you wanted to do if you were Detroit is give the ball right back to Baltimore in good field position.
Good field position with an opportunity to take the time here and really do some damage before halftime. Wigmore with time. Off the shoulder blade, it looked like. I believe that was Irvin who was out there that he was going for, and it's incomplete.
I'm not sure what happened. They weren't definitely not on the same page because Irvin never even turned around. Hit him in the back.
Yeah, that was a most interesting play there. And so it does work to the advantage of Detroit. And it's 2nd and 10. Stop me if you've heard me say this before. Empty set for Baltimore. Pressure does get there, but
wow.
Mac Chima with a leaping, beautiful highlight reel type of grab to keep the drive alive. And a 1st and 10. What a thing of beauty.
Yeah, Mac Chima just ran his route. He's in the middle of the zone. Defense wide open. You can't leave him that wide open. Sorry.
No, I know. That just did not work out well for Detroit there in that coverage scheme. Wigmore able to pick everything apart up to this point. At the 25, throwing right over the defenders, just sails it over to Irvin inside the 10, and the timeout called.
If you're Detroit, you must keep Baltimore out of the end zone.
159 for Irvin. An amazing day that he's having up to this point. And there's still 2 quarters left to go. Chima in motion. Baltimore can really change the complexion of this game right here with this drive. Short to Madsen. Not much there. Detroit responds nicely.
Yep, when you get to the end zone within the 10-yard line, it's very dangerous to pass the ball. And they're still passing it.
They feel good about what they got going on right now, indeed. And maybe kind of a what do we got to lose mentality, right? You got to try to do bold things here to keep yourself in the race. Chima in motion. Play clock down to 7 before it's snapped. Wigmore throws end zone, touchdown. Falling backwards as Ivory Irvin records the TD. And this game has taken, in my opinion, a surprising twist. And, what we thought may be a tightly contested, even maybe a defensive battle, has been all offense for Baltimore.
Yep, Irving just ran his route, put himself by himself at the little edge of the end zone, and a perfect pass by Wigmore once again.
Iron leg on to attempt the extra point, which is good. It's 28-7. Baltimore, the time of possession is going to be something interesting to look at in this one. Detroit, as you see, frustrated on the sideline, of course, but there's still a lot of football left in this game. 1:09 left. My suggestion, and tell me if you agree, Rochelle, take this 69 seconds here and just, get some points on the board before you go to the lockers.
Just don't make any more mistakes.
This too. Touch back. And we'll see what they can do as they come out to the 20. A really good stat here. Thank you to Mark Lopez doing some fantastic work on the stats truck. 11 minutes and 48 seconds is the time of possession in favor of Baltimore to 7 minutes and 3 seconds for Detroit. And you can tell the difference. The handoff to Gibson. And not much there. So this may tell you how they feel about that. They may just want to try to get to the locker rooms and revamp.
Yeah, you definitely don't make any long passes or cause another interception this far back in your own territory. Can't afford a pick six here.
They will just keep it on the ground. The carry, Sutherland, 3rd and 8. Clock continuing to run. Half a minute left in the first half. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Detroit comes out with in the third quarter. As we see an empty set here. Flowers to throw. Got the first. That's been his favorite target so far, Rob Hunt.
Not calling any timeouts here, I'm surprised.
Yeah, they go. They went for the conversion. So we get the first. I think that they will. They're going to take this into the last minute.
Okay.
Timeout called. Hey, that's let's just add a little bit of drama here. Yeah, for these final 3 seconds. They have a flair for the theatrics, I believe.
You're going to see a Hail Gary?
I think we're going to see it. And really, why not? You've worked yourself down to the 39-yard line. You got an arm in Flowers that can put it up. And he drops back, unloads, tipped, incomplete. Halftime we go. All right. So, Baltimore, they get the win in the first half, but they got 2 more quarters to go. Detroit going to look to come back out swinging after the halftime break. 28-7, the current lead for the Vultures over the Marlers, as we welcome you in to the SFL halftime report. Cameron Duty here with Rochelle Colston. Rochelle, give me your thoughts on that first half, and really, what do you want to see out of this Detroit team coming out of the gate here for the third?
Well, Detroit does get the ball back after the half. I think on defense, needs some serious adjustments. They got to start playing more man defense, I would think, because they're just tearing the zone apart. Detroit's got to come out and stay the drive, get some points on the board. It's not an impossible task. They're down 21 points. They're playing at home. You get the crowd back into the game.
And that's going to be the big thing because, as you said, the crowd, they're silent right now. They're not sure what to think at the moment. Down by 21 on a night that to win and get in, you would find yourself in a playoff berth. It's still, though, there's still hope. There is still a lot of football left, folks. And like we said, they get the ball back to start. Another great stat from our statistician tonight, Mark Lopez. His prediction of the night, Irvin, they're going to have another big second half. He's certainly on pace for over 300 yards. That's something to look at, a trend that we could see, certainly. We'll find out. 1st and 10 now coming up. Went with the return. So, yeah, like Mark mentioned there, and like you have said, the defensive coverage got to change, or else Ivory is liable to run wild, if you will. We could see some Irvin mania out here running wild on everybody. So we'll see what they can do. But Detroit now, we know they got to go down the field and score.
Yeah.
Split backs. Flowers up the middle to Gibson. Melanishin with the stop. They want to utilize this run game. You can tell they've tried to get it going all night.
Yeah, but these linebackers from Baltimore are tough.
Yeah. And it was certainly a tough task coming in, but, you know, you control the ground, then that opens up the pass. But right now, Baltimore doing a good job of stopping them. Second down. Quick throw. Complete. TJ Parrish. Oh, that was a really nice play.
Yeah, but the coverage of Bott was right there.
There has been, like you said, just no opportunity for separation for these Detroit wide receivers. So that's interesting. I mean, you know, you see the comparison of some of the coverage, the cushion there that the Baltimore wide receivers have had. Then, you know, you see a very, very, very tight window for Ethan Flowers to throw into all night. That's a good carry right there for Gibson, who is rolled over and gets 9.
It's another good run by Gibson. He had a couple of 9-yard runs tonight.
And for Detroit, you just want to be able to set up an established drive. You know, you want to be able, a consistent drive. Like I said, you want to be able to get some points out of it. You want to be able to show that you can take the football and drive the length of the field, as Sutherland does get the first.
I like watching Sutherland run.
I do too.
I love fullbacks running.
Me too. I think the fullback, that's almost in some squads a lost art. You know what I mean? So it's good to see it alive and well here in the SFL and in Detroit too. The handoff. It is Gibson fighting hard for everything, and it was Towers again who made the stop. And up in the eye. Toss play, and there, you know, you talked about spreading the rock around. That's Joel Harleman with the carry. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and just another good tackle indeed. This time, Ben Stackenpaper getting a chance to call his name, the 11th season man.
And that time he's got caught up behind his own blockers and could get away from him.
Detroit showing an empty set. Throwing on a one-handed grab, boy, I tell you what, easily the catch of the night so far. Jimmy Went, with those taped hands, gets the first.
And he had number 49 basically draped on his back and still managed to catch the ball. Good defense by Roy Towers, just nothing you can do about that.
Going back to what you and I was talking about, right? The separation, not much there from Baltimore defenders and Detroit wide receivers. Throwing Flowers, tipped. And that would have been an incredible acrobatic interception. The tip was amazing by Warfield, but he almost went full Superman mode there trying to get the INT.
That was beautiful. He just laid his whole body out and he went for it.
Making it a hard night at the office for Ethan Flowers, that's for sure. Second and 10. Pressure coming, but it's picked up, and still, though, one man was able to get home and blast Flowers, and that ball comes off of his hand awkward and incomplete.
Yep, I think he just kind of freaked out. The man was right in his face, threw the ball. Like he was just thrown to the ground, basically.
Yeah, he decided hopefully live to play another down. I mean, the way he took a shot there at the end of it, I think he seen what was coming his way. Yeah, rightfully so. Rob Hunt moves up to the top of the screen. That's trips to the left. Pressure coming again. He's able to get out of it. Holding, throwing, launches it, tipped, and intercepted. No. How in the world? First it was tipped, bobbled, and young Vaught comes away with it at about the 5-yard line.
After this long drive.
Yeah.
The interception.
Look at this. It hit his back.
That's crazy.
Bounced up straight up in the air. He turns around. Incredible. So he gets the deflection and the interception.
I just gave him the interception after the pass deflection too.
Unbelievable. I don't know if I've seen anything like that in all my days here in the SFL. Wow. So Baltimore will continue their their offensive surge there. Yeah, Ivory Irvin again to the 25, 26 or so.
And they're not going to slow the game down. They're happy with this high-flying offense. It's like all or nothing here.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, you're right about that. They love the action that they've come out with. Like I said, this is a team like you mentioned. It's 4-6. Their roughest record to this point. But my goodness, I mean, they are playing lights out today, and if you got to play them coming up, right? I mean, it's a tough team. That pass is incomplete.
That's a little misdirection, I think. I don't think the receivers and the quarterback were on the same page there.
No, really, the only sour spot of the evening, or one of the very few. Now, this is going to be interesting. Next week, you've got Baltimore, who's going to go into Pittsburgh, a divisional matchup. They're 8-2. We're kind of looking down the pipe, I know, but if Baltimore wins, that would be an interesting matchup. Detroit here. Another thing we need to mention is that is deflected and incomplete, intended for Irvine. If you're Detroit here, this is your last regular season game of the season.
Well, you guess wait that last weekend. Oh no, that's horrible. That's a horrible feeling. The last week is even crazier, and when you get to the playoff picture, it's even crazier.
Well, they have a chance to turn the tide, though, if they can get off the field here, 3rd and 10, and get their offense back out there. Trips to the right of Wigmore. A good pocket to throw in. It's intercepted. The defense makes the play. Are they going to get the points? To the 10, to the 5, and it is a touchdown. J.W. Hartshorn, the big play Detroit needed.
Once again, Detroit's defense is coming through and getting points on the board. Making this game a little bit more manageable.
What a beautiful leap to get that one. Read the quarterback's eyes like a book, and then right there along the sideline, sprinting to the promised land. Sometimes the best defense, or should I say the best offense, is a good defense.
Definitely. I mean, you just, the lead to a 2-score game now. You have plenty of time in the game left.
The extra point, good by Aldemir. And that makes it a little closer. 28-14, 5:59 remaining. They still got a pulse. All right, and they'll get the ball back. Baltimore, that is. They get a chance here to right that wrong. We'll see what they can do. That sails out of the end zone for a touchback. This is only the second time this game that Wigmore had back-to-back incompletions. Think about that. The last time also ended in a pick in the first quarter. How about that? A trend you don't
want. Full of information for us tonight.
Love that guy. Thank you again, Mark, with another fantastic nugget that you've been able to take note of there. Wigmore again. Well, right back onto the saddle, right? And he throws. Murray hit hard. And guess who? Hartshorn says, you know what? I can make another play or two.
And nice coverage there. Nice hit, I should say.
Yeah, that was great. And see, that's what you need. You're just looking for a spark, right? And they may have found it. Light the match and see what happens. This Detroit defense fighting hard here. Throwing. Good job downfield of Mac Chima getting open for that one. Even with people right there in Wigmore's face, still able to drop that one in a dime. Man.
Irving's not going to drop very many of them.
No, not at all. Another fresh set of downs. Wigmore, as you see, 300. He's going to have close to 3,300 yards at this point here on season. Throwing it and incomplete. I do like that the physicality has certainly turned up here. Kind of got, I guess, what do we like to say, crank the volume up to 11 for the Maulers on defense. Hitting hard right now.
And Baltimore's using even their halfbacks as receivers now.
Yeah. Yeah. What a scheme here. It's worked out well to this point. 2nd and 10. And that is once again Chima going in motion. Big Moore off his back foot. Finds Chima. Across the midfield stripe. And a first down.
You remember, you have two very veteran, very good wide receivers on this team. Irvin and Chima are probably two of the best in the league. And leaving them open in the middle of the field in the zone defense, that's not going to work.
It's really hard. I mean, like you said, some teams, you get one receiver of that caliber and, you're doing well. Baltimore has so many. And that's, you're not even talking about Reggio De Niro in that category who can make some huge plays. Matson Will, who's the intended target.
Matson's a veteran. Murray's a veteran. You have a team full of veteran. You have an offense full of veterans, basically.
Yeah, you do.
Keyboard Games, Hall of Famer.
Need we say more, right? Wigmore throwing again. All day long for Ivory Irvin. This time one-handed. And he just pops back up like he's got some springs in his shoes. Just full of energy.
That's my catch of the game so far.
Yeah. Well, he's done a little bit of everything tonight. And a good response here by Baltimore after they let Detroit get the pick six and kind of reel them in just a little bit. They now come right back out firing. Rolling. Oh, somehow absolutely a beautiful way of fitting that in there. Irvin again with another reception. Let's see here we go.
I mean, the coverage is right there. I mean, Big Morris is putting the ball where only his receiver can catch it.
And that could have been a 50-50 ball, honestly. I mean, that was so close. Just a fraction of a second difference. And like you said, able to just plant it right there for Ivory Irvin. Wigmore throwing one-handed. That might be the catch of the night, right? Touchdown, Mac Chima. One-handed.
What a beautiful play. He ran the perfect route. Caught his receiver in stride. Right to the end zone.
Isn't that something? Look at this, a little slant route. Just run the slant towards the goal line. Get out there and get open. And that's exactly what he was able to do.
And he put the ball, the defender was right there. He put the ball right where his receiver could catch it and no one else.
Iron leg on to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 3:55 remains in this third quarter. And Baltimore comes out with the ultimate response to a turnover, to a pick six. They go right back down the field and score to once again widen the gap between themselves and Detroit, 35-14. Went with the opportunity to return this one. He sheds one tackle, gets out to the 28. Another good stat coming in on the stat line here. Baltimore drives so far, 7 total drives, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and in my opinion, the biggest staggering part of that stat, Rochelle, 0 punts.
Another thing you have to realize, yes, when you throw that many passes, you will throw interceptions.
Right. But 0 punts. Tommy Powers just sitting over there having an Italian BMT sub. Just watching everything happen.
He's not earning his money tonight at all.
Got a cup of Gatorade. Everything's looking good there. Speaking of looking good, one of the best passes and catches of the night, Robert Henson Jr. out of Detroit. Great play.
Detroit, you have to come back. You have to score some points. You have to score them in a hurry.
A little confusion there as you see collision between the two. It looked like for Baltimore, Stacking Paper was trying to get the interception.
And ran to his other defender.
Flip backs. And the throw. The little slant play of their own to Jimmy Went, who gets the first.
I think Detroit's in a little bit of a hurry here. They're going to their passing game. It's working so far. Can protect the ball. Make sure you don't make any crazy throws.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, don't you? I mean, I think you have to be. The time is now. Urgency starting to set in a little bit. 3 minutes remaining in the third. I just got to wonder if Baltimore is able to retain this this large of a lead in the fourth quarter, do they decide to throw the or to run the football at any point, or they just keep throwing it?
I don't see it happening.
I don't either.
I don't think they have anything in their playbook but empty set.
That's about it. 2nd and 6 now coming up. Carry, and that's some hard fought yards earned by the fullback Sutherland.
Nice hit.
Goes back to what you said, though.
Tackle once again.
It goes back to what you said, though. It's fun to watch those fullbacks run. I don't care if it's for 1 yard or half a yard or 10 yards. They just get in there and just rough stuff up.
There's no finesse about it whatsoever. Nice catch.
No, there's nothing in their description for finesse, right? A good job by the tight end, Gordon Khan, for the first down.
That's his first catch of the evening, I do believe.
I think so, yeah, and had to go down low to get that one, didn't he?
That's a big target. That's that big man out there.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't have to have too good eyes to find him out there, do you?
Nope.
I mean, he's certainly... he can't be discreet either, let's put it that way. Gordon Khan, 6'7", 290 pounds. And a bruising run here by Gibson, inflicting a little bit of pain. You heard it there. The clash there, the collision of the two meeting head on. 5-yard gain.
Keeping the defense honest again. Throw the run in there every now and then. And go back to your passing game. All said I.
Man,
lots of people
left.
In the box.
And the run. 44, Harleman. It's a couple, and we've got a 3rd and 3 situation coming up here. I don't know about you, Rich, and I may be wrong, and the chat can tell me if I am. It's okay. You can tell me if I am. I almost think this is 4-down territory. I know you went the field goal, but you know. Maybe I'm just a gamer. What can I say? Up the middle. We'll see what happens as that's stopped. Right in its
Alvin
track.
Mack with a huge tackle there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see the field goal unit come on, Cameron.
Yeah, and I understand it.
Yep.
Now, I do have a couple in the chat there, saying if you don't get it, go for it, and I certainly understand that. But I understand this position, too, as Scylla Audemir comes on to tack on this 27-yard attempt. And it's good. You take the points when you can get them. I understand that, too. 35-17 with 10 seconds left in the third. And that was a really nice kick.
You gave your defense a little bit of a rest. You had a sustained drive. The defense has got to come up and get a big, huge stop here.
Yeah, maybe they got a chance to, like you said, get some IVs, maybe some oxygen, or just take a breather on the bench for a minute or two before they have to go out there and, like you said, make the biggest stop of their evening. They've been asked to do a lot, and they've done a lot. They've tried really, really hard, like you said, Hartshorn with the pick six, the highlight of the night up to this point. And, we'll see what they can do as the ball will be spotted on the 26-yard line for the Vultures with 6 seconds remaining in the third.
You need to get more pressure on Wigmore at this point. You can't let him just play pitch and catch with his 2 veteran receivers all night long.
That's right. Wigmore, again, a good pocket. That's off the hands of Murray, incomplete, and he just got run over at the end of that one.
He had a little bit too much power behind that throw there.
2nd and 10. Final play of the third quarter coming up here, folks. The receivers lined up to the left side of Wigmore. One up the top. There's the pressure. We've been talking about it. Making his way into the backfield. It's Sean Parrott once again. We get a chance to look here at this replay. Look at this. Oh, 350 pounds. Right on Wigmore. Well, Baltimore still in control, but the Detroit Maulers, they keep fighting. 35-17. The exciting conclusion coming up next. You're watching the SFL on the Virtual Football Network on YouTube. Cameron Duty here with Rochelle Colston, Mark Lopez. Fantastic job in the stats truck, as well as Cameron Bynum at SFL headquarters. And most importantly, you guys are tuned in and involved, and we thank you so much for that. Pressure again. Wigmore going to step up. 2 straight sacks on this drive, and that time getting home, it's Thomas Matthews, another 300-pounder right on Wigmore's frame.
Now I'm sure Wigmore will feel all this tomorrow. Oof.
He couldn't find nobody downfield, and then so he decides to start sprinting, and made that one a little bit easier for Matthews as he tosses him to the ground.
Man, Detroit came out here and got the stuff that we needed to get.
And welcome Tommy Powers to the game. First punt of the evening for Powers. First return of the evening for Rob Hunt and these Maulers, who get good field position at the 47.
Yeah, you're almost at midfield to start your drive. I mean, you can't settle for a field goal here. You have to get to the end zone.
Yeah, wow. I mean, Tommy Powers doesn't even have not even one stain on his jersey. Is he going to have to take a shower after this?
Probably not. He's get dressed.
He'll be the first one on the bus.
He probably just put his helmet on for the first time tonight.
His head's not even sweaty. 35-17, play clock down to 5. A handoff, trying to get it going with Gibson up the middle. Just nothing there, unfortunately. 2nd and 10.
Baltimore defense read that play, knew it was a run up the middle, and they were ready for it.
Total yards, 361 to 195. Flowers, time, throws, nice read, nice decision. Jimmy Witt right over the middle for the first.
That time you can credit the offensive line who gave Flowers enough time to make a sandwich back there and find the receiver.
Yeah, good little crossing out there. And there's that cushion. That's what we've seen from Baltimore so much.
Exactly.
That little pocket, right?
Got caught in the zone defense, and there was a big space there.
Took a page right out of Baltimore's own playbook there, and it worked to their advantage. That's midfield down to the 40. A rollout this time. The throw, fits that into a tight window for Hunt. Gain of 8. And let's get a chance here and see if we can connect with Mr. Cameron Irvine for an NFL game break. Good evening, Cam.
Thank you, Cameron. Florida at Denver as Florida tries to wrap up the East tonight, but Denver's got other plans. Trellis Blanton went 10 of 10 in the first half, including that touchdown to Michael Goodman. Denver leads 27-10 with 7:40 to go in the fourth. If Florida loses, which it looks like they are, as Harleman breaks it out, apologies, folks, as Harleman's down inside the 5-yard line, but if Florida loses tonight, Carolina can still win out and win the division at 5-7. Back to you in Detroit.
Thank you, Cam. Split screen drama, folks, on both games there. And back here at Detroit, look at Joel Harleman running wild inside the 5. Here's the comeback Detroit's been waiting on.
Yep, and this is where you use all your big backs. Give the ball to Terrell Sutherland here. Let him go.
Time left on the clock, too. 7:40 and counting. They need the touchdown here. Big man up the middle. You're right. Roll him up into the end zone. Touchdown. He wouldn't stop the fullback Sutherland. You called it, Rochelle. This game is tightening up.
Wow. I mean, normally what I'd say doesn't happen, but I'm glad it did. What a great play. He just kept pushing and pushing and over the defender and got to the end zone.
that was just physics on display, right? The bigger, larger object there, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. And eventually they're going to roll over straight into the end zone for the touchdown. A good drive, a good response. Silla Aldemir on for the extra point. It's good. We have an 11-point game all of a sudden, folks. Things are tightening up.
Boys.
There's no quit in this Detroit team.
Definitely no quit. They're not going to give up to the very last second.
It's the kick, fielded right at the goal line, and this one will be returned to the 29-yard line as number 84, Rijo De Niro, brings this one out.
So, can Detroit get another 3 and out?
I think
Tommy
this
Powers back
defense
on the field.
Yeah, right. I think that this defense is up to the task, no doubt. You know, they've got pressure in the backfield. We've seen some interceptions. Now they just got to do it again. You know, they've got, I feel like for the first time tonight, maybe a little bit of momentum on their side.
Wait, we have a running back in the backfield for Baltimore.
Newsflash. He's out there for a string. The pass over the middle is complete, though, to Ivory Irvin. Maybe a different look, but same result, 1st and 10.
Yeah, well, he wasn't in the backfield for long. He was in there for show, and Ivory Irvin just flipped that defense again.
Yeah, indeed. Folks, stick with us here in just a little bit. We're going to have a great programming note to tell you about the exciting football that's coming up this weekend. So you'll want to hear that, too. Murray, again, goes back here behind Wigmore. Go back to the air. Over 3 defenders to Ivory Irvin. They are just going to be sick of seeing this guy. If you're a Detroit defender, I mean, get this guy off the field, right?
Yeah, but you're on defense. You can't let Ivory Irvin get behind you, for Christ's sake.
No.
I mean, you have to do something.
So we'll see. We'll see here what happens in this next 6:43. But I tell you what, this guy is certainly going to make some Detroit players out there have some nightmares tonight. Wigmore throwing to Matson, who's just sitting there on a little stop route at the 30. Gain of 7 on 1st down.
I'm just glad to call out the receiver's name.
Yeah. Look at this. 400 and plus yards on the day for Wigmore. Somehow his arm is still connected to his body. He's had a heck of a day. T-Roy Gaines got a couple touchdowns in him as well, but he stopped there, and this is a big, and I mean capital letters, big 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, maybe, they're in field goal range, I do believe.
Looks that way, yes. Third and 1. Murray, just enough, and this drive will continue.
You gotta keep them out of the end zone.
And now you start to see the
a field
clock.
goal won't kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Touchdown. Make this a 3-score game.
And now you start to mention, Rochelle, the clock starting to dwindle here, becoming a factor. 5:22 and counting. Again, another empty set. Time for Wigmore to throw. Finds Irvin at looks like about the 14-yard line there. And they'll say 2nd and 2.
Of course it's Irvin.
I'll tell you what, I mean, that guy, this is going to be a banner night for Ivory Irvin. We get a chance, as you see the stats there on the screen.
Oh my gosh, he's at over half 2 yards.
Tells the tale.
Mm-hmm.
Handoff. Warren Murray gets the first past the 10 before he's tackled.
I think that the Detroit defense was just shocked that they were actually, running the ball from the backfield.
Kind of stunned everybody, didn't it?
Yep. But now they're starting to milk the clock a little bit, I do believe.
Yeah.
Finally.
I asked you, didn't I, when we would see this.
Last 4 minutes of the game.
Apparently. Yep. getting, for the first time tonight, methodical. Wigmore, though, throwing. Matson, he got in. Yeah. And they're going to call that, yeah, they're going to call that a touchdown. We'll see, of course, on the replay, but yeah, it looks like they're going to say he had that foot over. But no, I don't think so.
Here comes the flag, I think.
We wait with bated breath. Not yet.
Wow.
So Matson gets credited with the touchdown. Congratulations to Benji Matson, as the extra point is good. And for Matson on the season, that is his second touchdown.
Maybe we saw the exact same play on another touchdown in the same exact spot with a different receiver. He was Irving the first time it happened.
Yeah, I was going to say it had a bit of familiarity to it. It's the 47th touchdown of Matson's career.
Another veteran player for Baltimore.
Oh, yes. Been here a long time. Score update for you quickly as we watch this return out. Still on his feet, tackled at 28. Denver leads Florida 27-10. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes and 12 seconds remain.
Pretty good news for Carolina. That East Division's a mess.
Yeah, yes it is. And another great stat coming down the wire here, and I love it. Great stuff by Mark Lopez, always with great insights. Folks, Irvin has 60 more receiving yards than Detroit has total yards.
Oh my gosh. That's insanity.
So, you know what I have to say. We already know who the player of the night is going to be, folks, okay? So you don't even, game balls, we know, okay? We may sing a song during the outro or something. That pass is tip bobbled and incomplete. What do you think, Rochelle? You want to do a little Colston karaoke on the way out, since we know, who will get the game ball in this one?
No. You want everybody on the listening to this game to leave?
Well, I mean, we're on the outro.
I don't think Cam would appreciate it.
I think he would appreciate that more than you know.
Oh, yeah, okay, no.
Just a straight no. Okay. No, a throw here over the middle of the hours, tipped and incomplete. 3rd and 10, 3:54 remaining. Quickly, while we have a moment, folks, I'm just going to tell you that Saturday, a 4-pack of SFL games gets us started with Albuquerque visiting upset-minded Bossier City, plus Oklahoma City. I'll get it right. Goes into town to play Chicago. Charleston goes to Lexington. D.C. to Los Angeles. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget, the SFL lives on the Virtual Football Network.
We got some hurry-up offense here.
Going to drive alive here. Pass complete.
Nice play.
Yeah, no huddle. Here we go. Bowers throwing complete. Yeah, this tempo. I like this tempo. Would like seeing this a little bit more. And the day.
Play this the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, empty set. Throw. Oh, my goodness. That was a pick six. Was if he'd been able to hold on to it. Warfield just about had one.
That's the 3rd pass deflection on this drive so far. He needs to be careful.
.318 remaining here in the 4th quarter. We'll start to look ahead to next week in just a little bit. Good. Yeah, what is there to say for certainty, right? Next week. That last week of the season is always, and it's must-watch TV as that pass goes incomplete. Another deflection. That one was intended for C.J. Parrish.
Good play by Vaught. That's the 4th pass deflection on this drive.
Mm-hmm.
Warfield has 2.
And an empty set. Flowers with time. Throws off the side of the hand there of Jimmy Witt. And he had a little bit of separation. That was a good-looking route. It falls incomplete. Of course, this is 4-down territory.
Of course.
And they'll do a 53-yard field goal attempt. That's it.
What? Okay.
Still Aldemir here on to attempt a 53-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. Yeah.
He's made it.
42-27. Boy, that's an impressive little feather to, put in your cap there. That was nice.
Beautiful kick.
Congratulations.
Why they get the field goal, I'll never understand, but okay.
Well, because Cameron Duty said they would not. Simply put. Onside kick attempt.
Nope.
They got it back, but no, that's going to be a redo.
Too short.
Whew. Yeah, JW, she did indeed make that. That was a thing of beauty and a heck of a kick indeed. Congratulations. We will get the re-kick here. And from one field goal kicker to another, I am heck of impressed, let me tell you. And here we go. Now this one, a little cleaner. McAllister coming up with it. And that is going to...
Brought me back to New Orleans Saints games. Deuce McAllister.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say there. I'm like, I'm having a flashback right in the middle of this game. Well, I even had, talking about, former players, Mike Allstott, the fullback from Tampa Bay back in the day. I think of Terrell Sutherland and people like T. Roy Gaines out here. Speaking of T. Roy.
There goes T. Roy.
Right on cue. Yeah, there you go. Rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling for 8. Got a final score there, Rochelle. In that Denver-Florida game, 27-10, Denver gets the W. Start to see the clock now here starting to dwindle down just a little bit here. 2nd and 2. I think this is a good opportunity to look ahead, as I said we would do. We mentioned that next week Detroit will have to wait with bated breath all next week. And boy, that's never a fun position to be in, to see how the cards will fall.
That's gotta be torturous.
Yeah. That is rough. Also, if you're, as Evans makes the stop there, also, if you're a lifelong Dallas or Cincinnati fan, for example, you live every season of your life in that very manner, too, if you like professional sports there, too. It's just the way you live, bated breath, one play at a time. Oh, folks, timeout called, or the 2-minute warning timeout, I should say, as we like to say. It is the SFL on the Virtual Football Network.
I'm shocked that, Baltimore actually has run plays in their playbook. We haven't seen them very often.
They held on to them to the very last minute. Good time to start running that clock out, right? Murray with the carry, timeout call for. I want to say, talking about this Detroit team, what it is, the loss today will put them at 6-6. They, however, have had a really, really impressive season, coming out strong, winning 3 of their first 4, including beating the Pittsburgh Riverhogs, who went on to be 8-2. As we see a kick put up here, and it's good. Oh, what a nice play by Ironleg. What a great
But when it
kick.
comes to the end of the season, you do not want to be in that 6-6 log jam because it's always crazy.
You do not. We've seen it time and time again over the seasons past. And it's tough. It's a stress-inducing week. Blood pressure medication is on the rise, as well as the blood pressure, at times, if you are anybody that are in those squads. But, you like to look at the positives and see just the good things about this season. And they are some weapons on this team. Tonight wasn't their night, but you know what, Rochelle? They did keep fighting. And, this is a heck of a lineup that is tough to play against. If they get into the playoffs, they're going to be a very formidable opponent.
Oh, definitely. I mean, their defense played their hearts out. Their offense, just struggled a little bit.
Just one of those days, The Baltimore defense just had the better game plan, And sometimes you see that. For Baltimore, though, you know, they live to fight another day, as that's hunting with the reception and a timeout called. They'll play next week, so they got one more game left in them, as they will play Pittsburgh. We mentioned that a little bit earlier in the broadcast. Pittsburgh coming into this week 8-2. That game will take place November the 1st, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be must-watch television, I feel like.
Next weekend's always must-watch television.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like you're going to have, you know, multiple screens set up in your living room to keep track of everything that's going on. Game breaks even won't cut it, you know. It's just going to be so much happening. But it's going to be exciting. And it's a week I love here in the SFL. I don't love it, you know, for the teams, like you said, that has to sit and wait and see how the chips fall. I hate that for them. But it's really good, riveting football. Good entertainment, indeed.
It's like,
invite you
which teams play spoiler, which teams, you know, solidify their playoff spot. It's, you know, it's just crazy.
It is, as we got a defensive pass interference, which Detroit will accept and keep the drive alive.
I mean, I'm looking at the numbers, and I mean, they put up 301 yards of offense. It's not like their offense didn't produce. It's just Baltimore's offense was on fire.
There's not many times.
Ivory Irving was on fire.
Yeah. This Irving on fire, as the song used to say. You know what, though? 316 yards to 439 is that's a tough hit. As we see another flag in here. Face mask. Defense. They'll accept. 1st and 7. But you're right. How many times during the season are you going to put up 315 offensive yards and
27 points.
be on the losing end? Right. Exactly. Only when your opposing team has 439 yards and 45 points. I mean, that's not something you see every day around here.
No.
Most of the time, if you put those type of stats up, 314 yards, you're going to win. And they keep piling to him. Jimmy Witt, he ain't going to go down. Oh. He gets pushed out. Finally, it looked like there at the end of it. Going to keep him, you know, preventing the touchdown. But 1st and goal here for Detroit late in this one.
So Baltimore's prevent defense didn't really prevent that time.
Not that time. Went was able to sneak behind the coverage and take off.
And shotgun, this is interesting.
Huh. Flowers, like you said, shotgun formation. Throwing short, touchdown. Yeah, that's a nice play, and he gets it to Gordon Khan for the TD.
Second play of the game, he scored a touchdown.
For Khan, that is going to be his first receiving touchdown. Congratulations.
Yeah, definitely congratulations.
And that's a nice milestone. There you go.
The extra point is good.
Is good. 45-34. Now let's just put a pause here on our talk about next week, because you know what? If they get the onside kick here, this thing still isn't over. Can you believe that? Bobble! Did they fall on it? Baltimore did. Smith got that one back. Oh my goodness. We've had everything tonight, Rochelle. I swear we have.
I mean, the score, I mean, it's 45-34. I mean, both teams have played very well. Baltimore's offense just has been on a roll tonight.
A good stat here. Drives in the 4th quarter alone. 5 straight scoring drives combined by both teams. As we see a kneel down take place here. But it has, it started with Detroit. Baltimore scored once more. Detroit. And Baltimore then traded field goals on 2 drives. And then Detroit with that last touchdown to Gordon Khan. But I tell you what, folks, this is setting up for a heck of a final week, as I said. Baltimore going to, with this victory, go on a 3-game winning streak. That'll put them at 5-6. Detroit will go to 6-6. But folks, these paths are still very much up in the air for these two. Baltimore lives to play another week. Detroit will wait and see how things pan out. And I got to tell you, though, I'm like you, Rochelle, a hard-fought effort by both of these teams, 45-34. At times it felt like a larger deficit than that. Sometimes it didn't. It was just one of those games. Congratulations to both for a really hard-fought game, honestly.
Great game to watch. If you like offense, this is a game to watch.
I've had a blast, buddy. I mean, it's been nice to get back in the booth with you. Always a pleasure. Credit to Mark Lopez for some fantastic stats, and of course Cameron Irvine. Final score: Baltimore takes this one in a good game played by both squads. We hope you certainly enjoyed it. And Rochelle, as they head back to the locker rooms to celebrate that victory there, as you've seen on the screen, we'll take a look at the final stats, and I'll let you give me your final thoughts.
I said both teams played a very good game. Both offenses were working. Baltimore's offense was just on fire. And what a game by Ivory Irvin.
The human highlight reel, we'll say.
Really.
And of course, he gets our player of the game. Folks, stick around. So much more football to come. Starting, as we said, tomorrow, another 4-pack of SFL games. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, as well as games on Sunday and the Monday Night Spectacular. A lot coming up, folks. Again, for Cameron Irvine, Mark Lopez, my buddy Rochelle Colston, I'm Cameron Duty. Have a good night. You all have been wonderful. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves.